Okay, here's the steak dinner for our son visiting up from Texas. We always try to cook him steak when he comes up because it's one of his favorite dishes. We've got our asparagus, our roasted potatoes, and of course, our steak. Just a little bit of pink in there, a little more overdone than what I usually like it, but still has that awesome flavor to it. Bon appetit. Here I've got a nice cut of top loin. I'm going to cut these into steaks and stick them in a marinade I made. I will explain the marinade more once we get the steaks in there. Okay, we've got our top loin cut into some decent thickness steaks. Next we'll be putting them down in our marinade. Okay, we've got our steaks down in a marinade. We use some olive oil, some Worcestershire sauce, some soy sauce, a little bit of fish sauce, fresh garlic minced. Also did some basil, basically an Italian seasoning in there. Had everything I wanted to do with some Greek oregano and whatnot. So we're gonna let this sit for a while in the marinade, get them nice and tender and flavorful. Okay, we've got our potatoes down. We've used rosemary, salt, pepper, garlic, onion, some thyme, and I might have thrown a couple other under that I don't remember, but it's still gonna be delicious. We're gonna roast these in the oven. Okay, we're gonna have some roasted asparagus tonight. We'll put some seasonings on it in a minute. But one thing I'm gonna quick show is because a lot of people don't know this about asparagus, they just cut off the bottoms. The one thing to avoid the hard part is to find where it's just gonna snap off naturally. Sometimes you have to work at it and see where it just broke right there. That means you've got the hard piece off. You can save these for a broth, which I use for making chicken noodle soups and different things as well. And we'll show you one more time. You just bend it until it snaps off. You don't worry about cutting it. This one, there we go. There for a second, it didn't want to. Sometimes you have to play with it a minute, but that hard piece comes off and you've got the soft part of the asparagus. Thing to look at, see at that end right there? It's not, whoop, where are we at? There we go. It's not real fibrous, but you'll see that end where it's a little bit drier and you see the fibers. That's how people get that fibrous taste in asparagus and they end up not liking it. Okay, with the help of my son, we got all of them snapped off. Got him learning how to cook. That way the ladies one day are really going to fawn after him. We got some olive oil and some salt and pepper in there. I want to keep the flavor of the asparagus just on top notch, so minimal seasonings really help, especially when you're roasting it. Okay, we've got our steaks off the grill. As you can see, those beautiful char marks. We're going to take them over and we are going to put them on our beautiful cast iron and sear in that awesome flavor. Okay, we're going to take our steaks now that our cast iron skillet is nice and hot. Hear that nice, beautiful sizzle. You're going to let these set about 4 minutes on each side just to sear in that flavor. Okay, we've got our potatoes out of the oven and we've got our asparagus down. Poured all of the lovely olive oil and salt and pepper that was in the bottom on top just to make sure we get all that great yumminess in there. We're going to roast these for a little bit. More to come. Our steaks are off the cast iron skillet. As you can see, we've caramelized the outside, seared some of that yummy flavor in there, and as you can see, the juice is down there. We're going to let it rest for about 10, maybe to 15 minutes, but probably 10 minutes tops.